This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 816. I am Brian Kilby. We are back streaming live this week, so thank you to everybody who and your patience for the last couple weeks. I've not been able to do the show on a regular schedule. Didn't get to do it at all last week. Chris, thanks for hosting.
No problem.
But hopefully we're going to be back on a regular basis, regular schedule, on an ongoing basis now. Like the one change, the live stream on YouTube, I'm no longer going to have like a placeholder. It's just going to go live. So if you're not subscribing, subscribe. And then like put your notifications on. And then when we go live, you'll be told. So
yeah, what is the URL now? youtube.com/@RadioFreeCybertron?
yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's all, if you go to tfradio.net, you can find a link to it.
Yeah.
That's Chris. There's Matt.
Hello.
Don.
Hi, y'all.
Rob.
Hello.
And Diecast is buying his son a BMW. You're that dad.
Well, he wants to buy his stepson a BMW, but apparently stepson doesn't want a BMW.
It's not
for
good
reasons
enough.
unknown.
The
Yeah, he'd
BMW's not good enough for me.
He'd
I
rather
would-
have a Honda Civic.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's
mean,
better.
Yeah, actually, that's fine. I was gonna say, like, I would have been perfectly happy for someone to give me a BMW, not a convertible, but just a.
Yeah,
Nice-
you can buy
a
me a
nice-
BMW. I'd be fine with
My
it.
first
A nice-
car, it was rust color. It was originally blue, but it was mostly rust.
Yeah, I had a very similar experience. The first car that was mine was a 1985 Acura that had lived in Chicago for 20 years. So you can
Ooh.
imagine
Yeah.
how much of the original body was left, and the rest of it was just holes.
Diecast is gonna be like the father from the first Transformers movie when he drives Sam through the Rolls Royce parking lot and then ends up over at Bernie's.
Yeah. Okay. Man, there's a lot of news in the last couple of days. We've been complaining lately.
Well,
that
it's most of it was today is the problem.
yeah. So I'm like catching up on a lot of this as we go. So starting off, not so great news. Hasbro is going to lay off 15% of its global workforce, according to
About
Reuters.
1,000 employees.
About 1,000 employees. We knew this was
Dang.
going to happen. There was actually at least rumblings a couple weeks ago, or a month ago or so, that they were already in the process of layoffs. But this is everything is unstable right now. The tech industry, there's massive layoffs there. But we know that Hasbro's CEO said recently that they were going to do some restructuring because their business is soft right now, and 15%, about 1,000 people. So be thoughtful, be mindful that this people's lives being affected when you might say something online about this. Not you guys, but people out there, because stuff like this really impacts people, their lives, and their futures. So
Yeah.
And stock analysts lower the target price of Hasbro stock. So that
In some cases by like 15 to 20%.
yeah, it looks like
Whoa.
Mattel took like a 2% dip, but things just haven't been great for Hasbro. I mean, so Brian Goldner, the prior CEO, he had a certain vision for Hasbro, and Chris Cox, the new CEO, has a much different vision, and that means letting go of a lot of things, ambitious goals that the former CEO had, basically turning Hasbro into a media company. They're focusing more on their core properties and their core businesses, but it's going to take a lot of work. Hopefully they'll come out on the other end, profitable and healthy, but they could also come out on the other end, being owned by Mattel.
Yeah, that's interesting, since like just a few years ago there was the rumblings of like Mattel kind of putting out feelers. Hey, you want to acquire us?
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around. I thought Hasbro was interested in acquiring Mattel. Mattel's the larger company, at least it was, but acquiring Mattel through like what was it? Wasn't it
leverage?
Yeah,
leverage
leverage
buyout.
buyout. Yeah, Mars, I think, was looking to do the same thing to Hershey several years ago, if I'm not wrong.
Of course, there'd be like all kinds of SEC hoops to get through to
Oh,
even
yeah.
let that happen.
Oh yeah. But I'm glad that, I'm glad that Mattel's not currently buying. But that would mean like Masters
Currently.
Universe Transformer crossovers. Huh. So yeah, just something to be mindful of, and things like this are going to shape what the slate of toys coming out, supply chain, and basically everything. So
yeah, I mean, 2024's slate of toys basically has already been established, at least as far as the Transformers end of things. But
they
like,
could change. They could start removing things.
Yeah, it's possible. Anything that does not have like molds cut already is
Even if
certainly
molds
on
are
the
cut,
shopping.
even if molds are cut, they could stop it.
Yeah, they would. That would be like last resort. But like,
Yeah, it would be like what Discovery Media is doing with like stuff that's already created, like or Warner Brothers, like with the Batgirl thing. You just retire it, cut your losses, write it off, and they could do it.
But anyway, like my point though was that like the 2024 slate basically, it's basically decided. While that could change, like the 2025 slate is probably going to look very different if things don't turn around for Hasbro over the next 6 months.
Or it could look the same. I mean, maybe Transformers is like one of the bright spots. Maybe one of the other lines could be sacrificed for
by Power Rangers.
Yeah, he doesn't like Power Rangers anyway.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's true. The new leadership at Hasbro is not a big fan of them owning Power Rangers.
Yeah,
that was again one of Brian Goldner's things that he thought would strengthen the company.
I don't know why you would be against owning a property with 30 years worth of fans, but whatever.
I mean, if the toys aren't selling that great, maybe it just doesn't make sense. Like, I could see them dropping licenses. Like, what are they getting out of Ghostbusters? Nothing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense too.
And I think the next movie's still a couple of years out. So
right now it's scheduled for the end of this year.
Oh, geez, really?
And it's not even shot yet, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah.
So
Ness says lines can be sacrificed for peace in Hasbro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's our show title.
And Captain Rufus says, look what Square Enix did with a couple things they owned. No one should emulate Square Enix.
No.
What do they do? I don't know. Like they made like some of the best-selling Tomb Raider games ever and had expectations of sales so unreasonable they still lost money. And so they sold off like basically any non-Square Enix properties are now owned by I don't know the actual name, but Engulf and Devour, who bought up 2K Studios and a couple other things in recent years. But they still have like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, they still have that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they'll never let go of Final Fantasy.
No, but yeah, I think it's just basically everything they bought from overseas studios that is now in other hands. But also they've just put a lot of... They also just put a lot of like stock into like live service games and NFTs and things like that nobody really wants. So yeah.
Anyway, Paladin also observes probably correctly that delaying Rise of the Beasts for a year probably didn't help Hasbro's outlook all that much.
Yeah.
Hey, but on positive news, there are tons of reveals today from or yesterday.
So a bunch of legacy stuff yesterday, and a little bit of Studio Series stuff, which Ben did not have collected in this. But the only thing really new we saw was Core Class Freezer's alt modes finally. So I put that in as a separate item. And then today was all the Rise of the Beasts, like mainline toy line stuff, the non-Studio Series stuff, and the non-deluxe level stuff.
Yes, we're checking it out at Ben's website, bwtf.com. There's the Legacy Evolution Core Class Grimlock, which just sad.
He's Grimlock Boots.
Grimleg.
I mean, yeah, it's a core class figure that also has to be a leg. I mean,
yeah.
In some of the shots, it is mistransformed. And the leg mode that was shown on the stream, Evan said he was having to like do that quickly because they only
he had to
2
do that on the
samples.
fly. Yeah.
So we don't actually think the leg mode was entirely correct, but as I observed when we were watching it on the Discord yesterday, tfradio.net/Discord, even if there was some steps skipped or whatever for expediency, like that toy has a certain amount of volume that's got to go somewhere, and it's not going to look that much different from what we saw. So temper expectations.
I've been stuck in like an all-day meeting at work all week, so I didn't get to watch it. So I fortunately went back and looked at Ben's tweet thread and checked out the website, and there's some neat stuff coming.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of Grimlock, so
I mean, I'm not expecting a whole lot of anything out of these Dinobots individually. The real test is going to be in another 4 or 5 months when we see the rest of the set and the thing fully combined. That's going to tell the story.
That I did find a little odd that it's Grimlock is the only one in this wave, and the other 3 are going to be over the next 2. So it's going to take like a whole year to get all 6 of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we pretty much expected that anyway, though, that to do a combiner at any size class is going to take up basically the year's worth of that price point.
So Thundercracker core class
has his arm cannons. I'm not going to call them null rays because they're not. Starscream has null rays. The other ones have different things. People stop calling them all null rays.
Yeah.
The only downside is that with Skywarp being the only one that doesn't have them, that's going to really make it frustrating for people who collect those sets of 3, like Hasbro has said that they know about. So I'm guessing we'll probably see, if they do another figure with a weapons pack, we'll probably see Skywarp's cannons in a weapons pack for the next selects that does that.
Or for $3 you can buy them on eBay that somebody's made on a 3D printer or cast from the others. So
I want the official.
Yeah.
I want the official.
Or go buy a Starscream that's still clogging up shelves and paint them black.
Yeah.
I've not seen a Starscream in probably a year.
Speaking of paint them black, Nemesis Prime, based on Optimus Prime.
Yeah, so this finally comes with the Energon Axe accessory that was always part of the core class Optimus mold. It lacks the rifle, though, in exchange.
Yeah, I don't need it.
It's okay.
I mean, it looks perfectly nice, and like I said when this came out in Kingdom originally, this mold, like it's an amazingly good little Optimus Prime figure. Like it's really surprisingly good. I got it because at the time the only way I could get that core class wave was as the set of them, and like I opened the Optimus and like I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't want to care about it at all at first, but like it's really good.
It's a good figure.
I don't know if I'm going to get the Nemesis version, but like
it does look good in those colors, though.
Yeah. If you don't have any other version of this, like it's worth picking up one instance of this mold.
Yeah.
Shrapnel.
He looks good.
Looks like a shrapnel.
Yeah.
Something about it just looks a little off to me, and I can't put my finger on exactly what. There's like maybe a little bit too much
he looks
roundness.
really, really stocky, like wide.
A little too much roundness, maybe.
The shoulders look weird to me.
I feel like the chest plate would probably look better opaque than clear in this case, because I'm sure that just like Kickback, it's not actually going to open to see anything.
Was Kickback's clear? I didn't get Kickback.
I thought it was.
I think it is.
I think
so.
I saw
guess
it a couple
they should
days
all
ago.
match.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the clear yellow plastic to make it look like the G1.
Yeah.
I only have the recolor from the one multi-pack. So
Ransack. Yeah.
Universe
Yeah,
Prowl,
thank you.
which we've seen.
He's nice.
Yeah, that still looks good. We finally have a name for Junkion 2, though. It's Crash Bar.
Yeah, Crash Bar.
I like it.
And it also has the same facial hair as Mark.
Yeah, pretty much.
He gave him there was something I read somewhere, and I apologize, I can't reference it, but they said that he gave him his facial hair since he was the designer.
Well, Mark
Nice.
trimmed his facial hair to match it for the stream.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crosscut, which we've talked about recently.
Looks good. I like the colors on that.
The wheels don't bother me.
Yeah, they don't.
They said that the hands are on the same sprue as the wheels, and they really wanted the robot to have the red hands. So it was, an either or thing. So they made a choice.
Yeah, which is pretty much what we were surmising in the first place with this. It just doesn't make the vehicle look any better, unfortunately.
Could you use dye on the wheels?
Possibly, although RIT dye, the chemical formulation of that was changed years and years ago. And it stopped working as well on that kind of plastic. Whereas for a little while in the mid 2000s, RIT dye was like the go-to thing for the sophisticated customizer to use instead of painting toys. And, some of our old IRC friends even made like custom Ravenous from the Micron Legend mini comics out of the Transmetal Pterosaur reissue using RIT dye techniques. But like sometime around between 2008 and 2010, I want to say they changed the chemical formulation and it just didn't really work anymore.
I think there are options. Like I think if you get the synthetic stuff, it still works.
In any case, though, like it's unpaintable plastic, as goes the special kind of paint they use for factory production. Hobby paints can and will adhere to polyamide nylon. Just your mileage will vary with how effective the adhesion will be, but it can work.
I wonder if they make thread seal tape in black. You could just wrap it around the tires.
You probably. Probably.
Interesting notion.
I like the idea. So Metal Hawk
looks good.
Looks amazing.
He doesn't have a tie. He's not portly. He doesn't have a hat.
Wrong Metal Hawk, Brian.
No, it's the right Metal Hawk.
I like him better than Cyclonus.
That's an odd choice to make, Diecast.
Because Cyclonus is amazing.
I like them both.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying now, Matt. No, I'm not talking about Metal Hawk guy. I'm talking about like the Metal Hawk. He didn't have a tie. He just
I think he had a tie in the Headmasters in his Pretender form.
No, not Metal Hawk guy. Metal Hawk guy never wore a tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Pretender had a tie.
Yeah.
In Master Force when he walked around.
Master Force, Master Force. Not the Headmasters.
Yeah, he was a snappy dresser.
Yeah, I am perfectly fine with them just going straight in a robot mode on these because
there's no other option. They're not going to do a Pretender shell for this.
No. FunPub tried to meld the Pretender shell with the inner robot one time and it didn't go well.
Yeah, no, I mean they said as much on stream. Like the Autobot Pretenders are basically a no-go for incorporating the shell details because they're just dudes. This at least have the fun monster thing to play with.
Yeah.
But they took a really strong toy and did a partial to it, and like the jet mode looks way different. Like I'm surprised how different
it looks incredibly different. Yeah.
Don, what are you trying to say?
I say it's going to be interesting to see if any third party does a Pretender shell for this Metal Hawk. Just to
almost certainly not. That would be prohibitively expensive.
But I will give any third party, non-F or whoever it might be, whoever does it, I will give them all of the respect for trying. I don't know whether I'll get it or not, but I hope someone
you won't
tries.
give them any money. But
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
An intrepid,
but they will have my respect for trying something on this level.
An intrepid 3D modeler might make a STL file where you could print it out.
I wouldn't even count on that, though.
No, I wouldn't. I'm just saying they could.
I think you just really need to find a very, very large doll and hollow out the chest.
So I guess you could, if you have the original Pretender shell, you could scan it and scale it up. It wouldn't be perfect, and you would have to. Yeah, you would have.
And it would be huge.
It would be huge.
Yeah, that'd be quite an undertaking in all respects.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool if someone. I know there's a lot of. I don't want to call them third parties. They're legit companies making 1/12 scale figures, but someone could do a Marvel Legends Metal Hawk human. That and you could just sort of sit it beside the figure.
Just get one of the number of Marvel Legends humans in business suits and just say it's Metal Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, you could get the Obadiah Stane or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of options to choose from. Just go on eBay. There's lots of business suited Marvel Legend bodies.
Put a different head on it.
Yeah, or don't even put a different head on it, depending. Yeah. So Metal Hawk is one of the increasingly unusual cases of actually being a retool of the original toy. These are new mold elements that were created specifically for this purpose after the fact. This is not retooled stuff that was already on the Cyclonus mold.
I would expect less of that in the coming years.
You can't see a whole lot of Cyclonus in here. Like, you can clearly see the shoulders and the thighs, but other than that, he's pretty substantially different.
Yeah.
I mentioned
there's coming about 3 tools worth of new parts on this.
I mentioned this on Twitter that I sincerely hope, though, that whatever DNA of Cyclonus is in this thing, that they fix the shoulder issue that was on the selects. I hope somehow that did not. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm saying I hope whatever DNA is in there doesn't carry over, because that kind of really made select Cyclonus a disappointment just because he can't hold up his arms.
Well,
yeah, no, I mean, I had that problem too, and I am concerned about that for Metal Hawk because the shoulders are one of the Cyclonus elements they retained.
Speaking of characters they completely retooled. No, they didn't. It's Twincast.
Yeah.
I don't even care though, because he looks amazing.
It does look amazing. I love Twincast.
Yeah.
They put the alternate face on it.
Yeah.
Good choice.
They had to pretty well specifically call it out during the stream because you can't really tell from the stream resolution.
Yeah, because it's just a smirk.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
I almost called him Billy, but it's actually Blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you call him Billy no more.
Yeah. We already have Billy.
Supposedly
Billy's red, yeah.
Supposedly that smirking face was supposed to have shown up on the Blaster shipment when he came out in Legacy. Supposedly,
it showed up on some samples of the figure.
But mistakenly, the same way that one or two Earthrise Starscreams came out with the screaming Thundercracker head.
I want this so bad.
It looks good.
It's one of the, I think, 3 things that I pre-ordered. Yeah.
So Twincast. I don't have a G1 Twincast. I've got the Encore.
Yeah, I've got the Encore.
Okay. But I don't have like I have a vintage Sound Blaster. I need to get a vintage Twincast. I think is something I need to do this year.
Okay. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous figure.
It is. Also, Chris, I wanted to run something by you because we'd been talking earlier in email, and you mentioned that Rewind and the chest door are different colors of clear plastic, possibly.
Yeah, the chest door is red window, and Rewind is not red.
Yeah, what I was wondering is, could that chest door be the same smoke colors Rewind with the piece of red plastic behind it? With like a red. Could the inner torso be red plastic, or is it the same color as the outside on Blaster? I don't have mine handy, so I can't.
I think with the door closed like that, even if there was a bright color on the plastic surfaces inside the chest cavity, you wouldn't get that bright red color on the door.
Maybe not,
because you wouldn't be able to get the light wouldn't bounce back through. There wouldn't be enough light in the chest cavity to bounce back and cast that tint.
Maybe not. Yeah,
I need it. Let's see here. What's next? Skyquake.
He is awesome.
I'm meh.
Waiting for the Euro
awesome.
version.
I'm meh.
Yeah, if there's a select that does the Euro G1 colors, I'll hold out for that.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm waiting for too. They are going to do this in Prime Dreadwing colors. Also, we have the listing for that already.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I'm glad they're doing stuff that's not just G1. I want the G1 version.
Yeah. No, I mean, we don't have to want the specific thing to be glad that it exists for the people that do want it. Like, it works. It's not a either or thing. We can be happy that this exists for people like Eric, for example, who,
Yes, I am thrilled that Eric will get something that he wants, and that I can save a little bit of money by not buying something that I don't need.
Yeah.
But this does, like, design and sculpt wise, this does look like an excellent large toy.
Yes,
it's
which
just
we
not
haven't
in
had in a long time.
It's
And
just not in
the Needlenose mold docks with it, so they can totally do the Predator jets.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm thinking like we will see the Euro colors on this, because they, bake that in as a hidden thing.
I thought that was found to be untrue.
No, there's actually it shows up on the packaging in like one of the few photos of like the Skyquake packaging that's out there.
And
I understand that it.
I think they mentioned it on the stream.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, they are showing it on the packaging. All right.
Yeah. No, it's an intentional feature.
Yeah, it's just a couple of tabs that fit in these slots on his chest, I believe, is how it works.
So we also have Freezer, not to be confused with Frieza.
Freezer, from what I've seen with some of the other ones, this is one of the weaker weaponizers from the movie. Some of the other ones look pretty good.
The rifle mode on it isn't great, but the like mobile artillery piece mode looks fine.
Yeah.
And considering that this is designed specifically to integrate with the leader class Scourge toy to be its weapon in robot and vehicle mode, and then also kind of be able to do its own little thing, like for a core class toy, they asked a lot of this, and I think it delivered pretty well within that framework. Like, given the context, I think it turned out well.
Yeah. Actually, about Scourge, I have mixed feelings.
I really like the truck mode. The kind of Mad Max truck mode looks amazing. And
the truck mode looks all right.
Yeah, the head sculpt reminds me of something, and I can't place it, and it's driving me nuts.
It's very Egyptian looking to me, and I'm not sure where I'm pulling that from, but it's just got this Egyptian vibe to it. Something out of Mummy's Alive.
To me, it looks like
the shape of the neck.
Yeah, like I was going to say, Silver Samurai or something.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of what I was thinking.
I kind of got that animated lockdown vibe from the head.
Do we have
with the long neck, I can see that.
Do we have anything in show notes about Scourge?
No, but I think Ben has an article a little bit further down past the reveals that includes the Scourge stuff.
Okay.
Possibly.
I'll find it.
Yeah, because that's a good point. I don't think we actually got to talk about Scourge last week. I forgot when it was
that last week? Well, I wasn't here last week, so.
But yeah, the robot mode for this toy is not doing a lot for me. I'm probably not going to buy this ultimately, but like I'm not planning to buy a ton of the Rise of the Beast stuff either way. It's more fun skipping movie toys.
I've been doing it for years.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Matt said, I like the Mad Max look of this. And it reminds me, I guess, somewhat of what Megatron from Dark of the Moon. Yeah.
The truck mode.
The truck mode. I would consider getting this. This is one of the few movie figures that I would consider getting.
I would just
it's not bad.
Like it's got a lot of detail, but it needs more like paint work to.
Yeah, it needs paint to bring them
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mickey could probably make this thing look amazing, but with a lot of time and intricate paint work.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Rise of the Beast toy line reveals.
Yeah, everything except the core deluxe range, as far as I can tell.
So there's I guess it's a Nerf gun. Is that a Nerf branded gun, or is that just
that? Nerf. Yeah, it says it comes with 2 Nerf darts, so I will presume it's going to be Nerf branded when it comes out.
Again, looking at Ben's site, it's a 2-in-1 Optimus Prime blaster,
powered by Nerf.
All I can think looking at that is we've fallen so far from the Optimus Prime Big Rig blaster.
Yes, you are so right.
Also, just the actual placement of the barrel is just a little bit good news. It's a suppository.
So, gosh, $55. Rise of the Beast Mode Bumblebee.
It looks like, how do you say that? Almost like an Authentics toy. It looks bad.
It doesn't look that bad to me.
Yeah, I don't think...
You know, this is the gimmick feature toy, like the large Volkswagen Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie line. The Power, was it? Did they reuse Power Core on that? But, so this is a weird one. He's got a little bird in him.
Yeah. The mask assortment, they are $35 each, and I'd say it's probably worth that.
I love them. I don't know that I love the robot modes, but I really love the masks. I don't know. $35. I don't know.
I don't know. Also, the Beast Alliance Battle Changers assortment. So there is a Bumblebee, an Optimus, and a Rhinox. These are pretty simple toys. I think the real winner, though, are the Rise of the Beast, Beast Alliance Weaponizers 2-packs, which is basically Target Masters with beasts.
But one of them is an alligator.
Yeah.
No,
those are
the alligator is the individual Battle Master assortment.
Well, same difference.
Yeah. But yeah, in Optimus Prime comes with a wolf that turns into a chainsaw. I think that's good.
Yeah,
I love this.
That's great.
I'm very disappointed Chainsaw Wolf does not come as its own, solo Battlemaster release, because I want that. I don't really want the Optimus Prime so much.
Yeah.
What was really interesting here, though, is the Beast Combiner assortment.
Oh yeah, they kind of seem like they're similar to like the Energon
Spark armor
things from Cybertron,
those things. Yeah.
This would be interesting to see if this is just a toy concept or if this is something that's going to be in the movie. I hope it's not in the movie.
It probably won't be,
because it would seem like really gimmicky.
Because the Spark Box gimmick from the Bumblebee movie line didn't have anything to do with what the movie was actually doing. It's play pattern stuff.
Yeah.
So the Battle Masters, we mentioned Skull Cruncher. There's also Rhinox and Cheetor.
Mm-hmm.
They're $6 each, and probably the greatest thing ever. I'm excited about this. I'm totally going to buy these.
They're great.
I'm just amazed a Battlemaster assortment is existing again, considering how badly the Battlemaster assortment did the first time around.
Well, I mean,
when these toys were planned, they probably did not know that.
See, I've been trying to work that out, but I think Walmart canned the Battlemaster assortment before these would have actually been in development.
I mean, somebody sold them. There's a ton of them showed up at Ollie's. So, I mean, depending on how depending on how it worked out, Hasbro might not have lost anything on it.
Maybe.
But if Hasbro had to do a buyback and then sell them to Ollie's and to liquidate, they did.
Walmart may have just said, "Give me anything and everything with movie branding on it."
Yeah,
possibly. It's happened before.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's happened before, and then Walmart, before the stuff even hits their stores, is like, "No, change your mind, get rid of it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rise of the Beast Smash Changers assortment. So basically, you bop it and it transforms.
Bop it.
Yeah, so it's an Optimus Prime and Primal and an Optimus Prime. Hey, good. I like that. I like that there's diversity in the toy line, and the movie line is a perfect place for stuff like this.
Yeah.
Can we get a Megatron that transforms into a gun?
No.
We can get an Optimus Prime, but Megatron, no.
Yeah.
I mean, if they would have called the crocodile Megatron, then we would have a Megatron that turned into a gun.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's a miss. In-hand photos, MP Skyfire.
I can't wait for that.
Well, Diecast, I posted this on Twitter. Speaking of Skyfire, Toy Dojo sent out an email that all theirs are coming by surface, but if you're wanting one and willing to pay the extra ML shipping, they can try to get one air shipped in. So it just depends on how bad you want it, but that is an option.
I can wait. I mean, I want it. I want it now, but I can wait.
Who are you and what have you done with Diecast?
So there's a Skyfire face and a Jetfire face.
Which I'm surprised. I'm really surprised they included the Jetfire face.
I am too.
I want to say that is supposed to be a nod back to like the toy commercial.
This girl walk mode. I'll probably have to pick this one up. I love pre-order, but I'll get this one.
Yeah. I love how they have a wheel jack to ride in Skyfire.
And a Jazz and an Optimus too, I think.
And it looks like they're articulated too. Like they have elbow joints, they have knee joints.
They're probably built on the same basic design pattern as like a Diaclone reboot pilot.
Yes, that's what it looks like. They actually have a photo of a Diaclone pilot in here. I think that's what that is.
It's kind of interesting to me how it's not that much taller than Commander class Jetfire, but it is just in terms it's bigger, but in terms of the styling, it's just significantly different.
Wait, so it's taller than Commander class?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, only by a couple inches, but
that's huge though.
It's bigger than Masterpiece Ultra Magnus.
Holy crap. And it's what, 260? It's 260? That was the price we came up with?
Yeah, I think so.
Holy crap.
And there's Victory Saber in that one photo too. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm getting this.
Yeah, it is a big.
Oh yeah, there's the picture. Holy crap, that's huge. Yeah.
All right, everybody take your drink. Brian's buying something.
And I love the wheels. Like they did from what it looks like, and I'll wait till I get it in hand, but it looks like they did a really nice job on this. They put a lot of detail in this figure.
Well, it's been in development for like 3 years. You would hope so.
Yeah.
There's also something else, Diecast. We've had two major Masterpiece Phoenix Skyfires from a third-party companies, Kronos and Phoenix. So Takara probably saw this is their chance to get again, possibly, but if they do a Skyfire that is more along the lines of hitting all the G1 aesthetics than the other two did, getting people back into collecting Masterpiece with this. I don't know for sure, of course, but I'm just saying.
And yet they still failed to include a tiny little Brawn riding a tiny little wind charger. Epic fail.
Yeah,
I mean, I see where you're going.
Where's my glacier diorama to bury him in?
Yeah. Come on, Takara.
Oh, and
I'm sorry. I was going to say, going back to Donna, I feel like this Skyfire is probably a one-off, just like the Skids and Reboost were kind of a one-off from the normal Masterpieces that we've been getting. I hope I'm wrong, but something makes me feel like this is like a one-off for them.
I mean, in a way, yes, because Skyfire doesn't have to transform into anything real. Most of our Autobot Masterpieces these days, they're licensing the vehicle modes, even if they don't technically need to, because they can go, make cartoony and not real vehicle. But because of that, they're going to jump through a lot more engineering hoops to make them look like the cartoon in robot mode, but look like the car in car mode. Skyfire doesn't have that problem, and they skipped that entirely with the Masterpiece Skids line, as we well know. So yeah, in a way, this is a one-off in a similar way, just because it's not a real vehicle.
Let's see here. EarthSpark Season 1 resumes March 3rd. Season 2 is on the way.
Apparently, Keith David is going to be playing Grimlock.
Yeah, he was in the Thing, right? He was in the Thing and They Live.
Yes, also Gargoyles.
I've never watched Gargoyles. I don't care about that. But he was like in some good movies.
He was also in Saints Row.
Mm-hmm.
Never played it.
As himself for at least one game.
He was Despero in the Justice League cartoon. Like Keith David's in everything.
Oh yeah, great actor. That's going to be fun to see.
Brian, he also did the voice of Manny in DuckTales, the headless horse thing. Okay. That was Keith David, because they did a Gargoyles reference in that DuckTales episode near the end.
And he was in the Thing. That's the important thing.
Also, catch Gargoyles sometimes if you get a chance.
I won't.
Just because it's the TNG reunion show from the 1990s.
I'm not trying to just like be dismissive, but like there's so many things. There's so many things.
Your schedule.
Yeah, there's so many things in my life that I need to watch that I never will. That Gargoyles is low on that list, but I would.
I feel you. I feel you completely. I have a huge stack of robot shows sitting on top of my Blu-ray player that eventually may go in them someday.
Yeah. I would watch it. Like if I found myself, like if I was retired or something and I found a ton of free time, but my youngest kid is like 3, so I've got 15 years probably before I'm able to do anything. So
some of this next show Blu-rays may finance my retirement. Edeon's up to $300 now. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Let's see here. MPG-05 Trainbot Seizan promo video. I'm not going to show that because nobody cares.
I was going to say, why are we still looking at this figure?
No, but there's screenshots of it if you want to flip through those.
I finally did get the one that I missed. I have it on order, so
sorry.
Yeah, great.
If you're getting those, you better get Skyfire.
I ordered. I just ordered it. So take your drink. Big Bad Toy Store says it'll be here in February.
What year?
This year. Yeah.
Oh, then that email that I got from Toy Jojo, they said he's already out overseas, so I'm guessing Hasbro Asia. But I've checked a few places and it's not showing. Now the only thing I haven't checked like Robot Kingdom because that's scary and I don't want to check there. But he's supposed to be out in Asia.
No, I think the Japanese release date was this past Saturday.
Okay.
Let's see here. Rise of the Beast have a trailer during the Super Bowl. When is the Super Bowl? That's
surprise.
June. That's like June, right?
I think it's
not
February
this
12th?
Sunday. Next Sunday.
Oh, okay.
The 12th. And everyone should watch it, and you should all root for the Eagles.
Or we could just not care and do something productive.
I'm usually bummed out enough on the 12th, man. I don't need to be adding football to that.
Or we could just do something productive.
I mean, I'm against that too, but
so a Transformers themed smartwatch comes with a Qualcomm chip and 2 cameras. So I'm assuming that's a Qualcomm LTE chip, or is that
all the information is in the task?
Let's see here. Created by Chinese OEM Zhao Tian.
OK2.
OK2.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It's got cameras, so like that's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, although think about how teeny tiny those sensor chips are going to be. That's not going to be any kind of great camera.
No, it's $300. It's not. It's 200. It's 2001. Yuan. It's designed for children. Boo.
You can probably slap a different band on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So it does have LTE, dual band Wi-Fi. That's cool.
It helps children stay in touch with their parents.
So for Christmas, my 6-year-old got a phone watch. she is harassing her grandparents. She will call them. They'll talk. They'll hang up, and she'll call them right back. If her grandma doesn't respond, she calls her grandpa. If he doesn't answer, she'll call back. It's beautiful. I love it. It's fantastic.
You know, back in my day when we wanted to let a child annoy their parents or grandparents, we would just buy them a set of drumsticks.
No. She hardly ever calls me, and that's fine. But she harasses her grandparents, and that's just the best. Okay. What do we get this week? Who wants to go first?
I didn't get anything, so somebody else go first.
I will. I don't have much. Off topic, I picked up, I may have mentioned this last week. Time is the fire in which we drown. So I don't know. I may have mentioned it last week.
I made that joke at work.
Yeah. Picked up the Python Patrol Officer. I've picked up today Kira, Dino Thunder Yellow Ranger. So now my Dino Thunder team is about complete. I don't really care about the Stego Ranger because I've got the Lightning version. He can just sit in the back and stand there. But Dino Thunder is my second favorite team, so I'm looking forward to that. I also picked up Python Patrol Bat. Zarana.
Wait, where did you?
The Target.
Wait. No, Python Patrol. Never mind. I was thinking Crimson Guard. My target's drowning in Python Patrol bats.
Yeah, but the thing is, I had a $10 Target coupon gift card from promotion 6 months ago that I hadn't used, so I picked up him and EarthSpark Twitch. I found an EarthSpark Twitch on the shelf.
I found it, left it,
and so I got them both for like $20, $25 for both. After that, picked up Zarana from Classified. Got a non-F upgrade kits. I got the upgrade kit for Crankcase to give him the shoulder missiles, and I got the Point Blank set to give him the adapter, the engine and spoiler, and the different colored elbows. So I'm going to dress up Point Blank a little bit with that. And today I got from Amazon Legacy Tarn.
Nice. Mine says March.
From Amazon? Yeah, mine hasn't updated.
I'm sorry. Pulse.
Oh, okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
Better.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to streamline my ordering, like what you went through, Brian, and just sort of trying to streamline
it's
stuff.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm getting there. But yeah, I got Tarn from Pulse, and BBTS says that Metal Hawk and Twincast should be shipping soon.
Nice.
Yeah, because Metal Hawk and Twincast have been, at least some quantity, have been in port in the US for like a month and a half already.
But Amazon has them listed for like June.
Yeah. That's fine. I didn't pre-order any of them. So
yeah. I've like just been.
I did pre-order Metal Hawk and Twincast.
Yeah, I'm not. I
think the only pre-order I have at the moment is Tarn through Amazon.
Cool. Rob, did you get anything?
Yeah, I got a couple of things actually, and both on topic, amazingly.
Wow.
I did get Needlenose through Amazon, and I really like that figure. It feels good. It's nice and posable. Like the double target masters are incredibly authentic, and I just really love that. I'd love to see either a reissue of Scoop or a new Scoop figure in like the correct colors that has double target masters of this type, just because this is what I remember. I am dumb enough to want those to be exactly the same as they were in 1987. I want that.
It's been 10 years since that Scoop came out, and he
lies.
That's when the deluxes were really small.
I bet he's actually shorter than Needlenose, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
But I really like him. The transformation was more, I think you said, Chris, it was more elaborate than you expected, but in a good and a fun way. And that's pretty much exactly the experience I had. And then the other thing I got is that I think it was during last week's History on the Fives. We were talking like the subject of Super. Yep, he is smaller because
a good
Brian's,
deal.
Yeah,
oh wow,
wow. But Super 7 prototype Unicron came up, and a couple of people were talking about how they hadn't pre-ordered it. I also had not, and it turns out that they are in reasonably good supply on eBay for retail or less. So
wow,
I got it for $20.
cool,
And,
Nice.
yeah, and I like it. They have definitely made the blue a little bit more teal than I ever expected looking at photographs of the prototype. I expected to be a little bit more in the blue-gray range from that, but it does kind of match the nice, like, brightened and, like, I want to say touched up version on the one Toys That Made a slow, splash screen. So I kind of get where they were coming from with that. But it is a like 6-inch tall prototype Unicron. And, I'm sure that somewhere out there, somebody is going to like 3D print extra arms and things for this so it actually transforms one day. But I'd love to see it happen anyway. You'd probably need a new torso too, since it doesn't collapse.
So basically, you're saying they would need to 3D print a whole new figure that transforms to turn the reaction into a figure that transforms.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, just making sure.
Interestingly, the package art actually shows the torso collapsed into like the planet mode of the prototype, whereas the figure itself is in the robot mode.
Well, the sculptors and the package artists probably had different reference materials to work from.
Probably, but yeah, this is exactly what I wanted it to be. It is probably the only reaction figure I will ever purchase, unless they surprise me with something like really, really impressive, or that like Shogun Warriors line ever gets reprinted at a sane price. Because like, there's only one wave of it, and it runs like $1,200 on eBay.
Ow.
Jeez.
And even just like Mazinger and Great Mazinger by themselves run like a couple $100. So yeah, no. But yeah, unless they gain sanity or I lose it, this is probably going to be my one reaction figure. And I like it. And that's all I got this week.
Cool. Who else? Okay.
I'll go.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. The only thing I got was the Shoto Super Denzi Man set.
Oh, nice.
So.
Just tight.
Sorry, Brian. I know it's not Dynaman, but they'll come out eventually. They've only got like 37 teams left to go. Dynaman will be in there somewhere.
They're in the right neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So we talked about it last week, but we weren't on video. And I got the batteries for it this week. I got the last night movie replica.
I thought it was a real sword when you showed it off.
And man, it's bright.
I didn't notice the lights. Okay, never mind.
Is
really
that
nice.
is that Last Night or is that Age of Extinction? Actually,
I
It's
think
Age of
it's
Extinction.
both.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, yeah, but
I think the sword in Last Night just is lacking the color, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different sword. The one in Last Night is Excalibur, and this is the one he pulled on the ground in Lockdown Ship or something.
Yeah,
Whatever the hell is going on in that movie.
but it's I love that sword. It was on sale at TF Source for like $100.
That's not bad for a prop replica that size.
I wonder
with
if
lights.
Boomer has the real sword.
Would not shock me.
Yeah.
Is there a real sword though? Actually, like, was that actually a prop that existed, or was it all just CG?
Well, I mean, it's the same. Didn't it shrink down so that Marky Mark could?
That still didn't mean there was actually a real sword. They could have given him a stick with tracking marks on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Should make a prop replica.
And like,
tracking marks.
Would you give Marky Mark a real sword?
No.
well, and
No.
from what I saw of the set, Michael Bay loves his set dressing to be real, but I'm not so sure he's necessarily that in love with having all the props be real.
And I know I usually don't go off topic, but real quick, I got alien life form.
Is that that's the NECA toy.
The NECA
The
Elf?
NECA Elf.
It's hard plastic. It's a no for me.
Oh, he looks incredible though.
Ant sent me like that in a message like when it was announced. He's like, look at this. I'm like, it's not flocked. Like,
yeah, if it's not, doesn't have like fake fur, like, you know, was it Grizzler?
Yeah.
Yeah, then if they don't do that, they should at least go the Moss Man route. I mean,
yeah.
And I also got Tarn, but I left it upstairs, so I don't have that to show on camera. But if you go on tfradio.net/Discord, Ness posted 1 or 2 nice pictures of Tarn.
Cool. Don, did you go? I've lost track.
Yeah, Don went.
Okay. So if folks watching the video, you saw that I was showing off Needlenose as Rob was talking about it, and everything Rob said is correct.
Which also means everything I said was correct.
Yeah.
Everything I said was correct.
I love G1 Needlenose for whatever reason. Like, he's not like the best toy. And I don't think of Generations toys or newer versions of a character really to be like a stand-in or a replacement. But this one is this one totally is. Like, if I didn't have G1 Needlenose, I wouldn't need it with this. It's lovely and it's perfect. I got Hot Shot and I'm regretting it. It's not awful. It's just not good. It's just okay. I guess
like a Hot Shot toy.
There's never been a good Hot Shot toy, has there?
No, that's not true. The original Armada Hot Shot was an excellent toy.
Yeah.
It was not a great action figure, but it was an excellent toy.
Okay, I will grant you that.
Yeah.
Always regretted not getting the Micron Legend one with the light up with the light.
Oh
fist.
yeah.
Wait. What? The Micron Legend version has what?
Micron Legend has an LED in the hand to light up the Star Saber.
Yeah. I think.
How did I not know that?
You forgot. I think the Micron Legend Hotshot also had a slightly retooled face to reduce the jamminess.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the one they wound up using on Power.
I'm going to go to Mandarake right now and see if I can get one. I honestly didn't know. I'd forgotten.
Yeah, no, they swapped out the whole right forearm piece for a new, like, you know how on Armada Hotshot the robot arm is a separate piece and there's the car shell that fits around it.
Mm-hmm.
On the Micron one, it's basically all one fused chunk that houses the electronics. So like the rest of the toy isn't modified because the battery and the switch and everything are all contained within the forearm.
So I'm gonna go to TF Wiki to get the kanji. I'm gonna paste that in the Mandarake. See if I can find it. Okay, I'll do that later. That's too much work. But I need that. Let's see here.
I mean, it's too much work to do when you're also the one who has to be talking right now.
Yeah. So I got Core Class new Sound Wave. So
nice.
Sound Blaster. He's okay.
It needs a red chest window.
It does. It's yeah.
Yeah.
His Takara number was MC-03, incidentally, so that should be fairly easy.
Yeah, that would help.
English.
Thank you. So the Sound Blaster music label, I think, also has the wrong colored chest.
Yeah, it's also blue.
Yeah. So I put it over by my vintage as I was trying to organize this weekend. I put my Sound Blasters together, and he just looks wrong by the vintage one. So this one will too. Core Class Sludge. The Dino
okay, what do you think of that?
The Dino mode's not that bad.
Right?
Okay.
The robot mode's death. Like, it would be fine if it wasn't for, like, the lower half. But, like, the robot mode really suffers. But the Dino mode's fine. You know? I mean, for what you get, it's a...
Well, yeah, and we know, too, the torso that it and Slug make together is good. Like, it's a sacrifice with a purpose.
Yeah. Let's see here. Like, I was showing off again when Rob was talking about Super 7 Unicron. I I'm not opening it.
Where'd you get him from?
I don't remember.
I
genuinely don't remember where it came from. I ordered and it came.
I don't remember where I ordered.
No, Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store. It was the only thing in my pile of loot, and I just shipped it as soon as it arrived. Something that I completely forgotten about, but like I had money in my prepaid card that I use for stuff. Then one day, all of a sudden, I didn't have money in there. I'm like, what happened? And I'm like, I looked, and I'm like, oh, Amazon Japan, which is the last time that happened. Exactly what happened. So it is the Dark Amber
Leo Convoy.
Yes, this is Leo Prime.
Okay, Ooh. Dark Amber Leo Prime, whichever.
Yeah. We're getting one of those in Generations too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. Like,
get the Generations one. It's a better toy.
Yeah, apparently it'll be a little bit different deco, but same basic idea.
Yeah, so this one may be this may go on eBay this weekend. I don't know. Also, something that may go on eBay, I don't know. I don't know if I want it, but also I might regret it selling it later. So I'm going to hold on to it until I can sort of think on it. Is my HasLab Sky Striker, which arrived today.
Oh,
yeah, it is in the shipping carton, and it's going to remain there until I make a decision.
It's 3 3/4 inch GI Joe, Brian.
I know, and the figures are O-ring and beautiful and perfect, but also I can sell it for like $700 if I part it out.
Dang.
Yeah.
But then you
I
won't
also
have it
got
anymore.
that.
Yeah, then I won't have it anymore. Like,
you'll also lose $100 of that to eBay fees.
Yeah, like people are selling it as a set for like $4, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd sell it for $4, but then I was looking at like people are selling it individually, the figures for like $50 each, and then like the jet for like $250, and I'm like,
Well, the cool thing is, Brian, if you don't want to keep it, you can sell it and then save some money for that classified Trouble Bubble coming out.
That's price. We don't know the price on the Trouble Bubble, but it's it comes with a Televiper, which I love that. I love that it comes with a Televiper, and I'm assuming it comes with a Televiper because of the intro to G.I. Joe the movie.
Because
the figure I saw with the picture had the thing over his eyes, so I think I think it is a Televiper.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But like I don't remember the Televiper being specifically tied to the Trouble Bubble. Other than he's riding a Trouble Bubble and he gets smashed in the face in the intro to G.I. Joe the movie. I think that's the reason that they come together.
Probably.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
it'll probably be $80 like Serpentor was.
I'll take it. I love the Trouble Bubble and I love the Televiper.
I don't think so, Diecast. I think they could probably get out for about the price of the RAM, or not much more. I mean, I don't think there's enough mass in the Trouble Bubble to do a Serpentor, like him and what is it, Scrap Iron with the missile platform that was revealed today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those two would probably be in the same size box. So I don't believe it'd be more.
If they were doing like the Pogo or something like that, I could see that being a Serpentor.
Yeah.
Price point.
But because
the Trouble Bubble is tiny.
Yeah, because with the Pogo,
it's just a chair.
Have at least. Yeah, you'd have to have some kind of spring in the legs to make it even. Otherwise, it's just a platform. It's not ponging anywhere.
No less than 60. $59.9. No less than $59.
I'll buy two if it's 60. Televiper is one of my favorites anyway. The Trouble Bubble is amazing. I'll buy it. So
you might get me to buy a classified figure if they do snake armor.
You and Captain Rufus both, apparently.
The snake armor, or like this.
That's the
shell that you put around the figure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So G.I. Joe gives us Pretenders, but not Transformers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. But I did get rid of a lot of stuff, and it's awesome.
I bet you could recolor the snake armor into a Transformer Pretender for selects.
It wouldn't go around anything. I mean,
that's true.
It wouldn't.
That's
fit.
true. That's true.
Let's see here. I want to thank our patrons at Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/TFRadio. All patrons get an ad-free version of the podcast, a higher bit rate, and a weekly Patreon exclusive pre-show podcast when we record a pre-show. We haven't the last couple weeks, but we have one this week. If we happen to have an edit in the show, like Don drops like something he shouldn't say, which has happened, that like the unedited version and the edited version go to the Patreon. You get your Hot 5 podcast a week early. Patrons at the touch tier can be on Hot 5, History on the 5 with Rob Clay. And, of course, patrons at the touch tier also get mentioned on the show each week and are listed at tfradio.net/credits. And we're going to do that right now as soon as I type that into my browser bar. And if this has changed today, the month just started today. I have no idea. I haven't checked. But as far as I know, this is current as of January. And it's a great time to start. If you're not a patron, now's the perfect time. But Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin. Haven't talked to Rick much lately. I've been like so busy. I need to catch back up with Rick. Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, and Boomer Sean Braden, who probably has the Excalibur from last night. He has the craziest, most awesomest collection.
He does.
He really does. God, we have great people on our Patreon. All of our fans are great. And if you can't be on the Patreon, I mean, times are tough. I get it. And if you're a patron and you have to drop, I get it. But if you want to sign up, you can be part of the community of RFC superfans, and you get, you help out the show. You get a little higher bitrate version of the podcast. No ads, because I know that 30-second ad at the beginning of the show might completely put you out. If you spend $4 a month, you can get rid of it. But yeah, patreon.com/TFradio. And you can find all of our stuff at tfradio.net while it exists. I'm half thinking about just getting rid of the website. I'm trying to think through like the implications of that. Like how big of a deal would that be?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how many people actually go and listen at the website. I need to go and check before I make such a decision. But like, it would take work off of me. It would save me like $70 a month. And it would also just be like, we wouldn't be a target of hackers constantly. So I'm half thinking you would like WordPress sites get hit constantly. So half thinking about getting rid of it. So if anybody out there has any feelings on that, hit me up. Contact at tfradio.net. Everybody for the most part listens on like a mobile app now or something. Very few people actually go to the website to download. So really all you need is an RSS feed. But, while it's there, tfradio.net, you can find the archive of shows going back to 1999. We're old.
Yep.
Yeah. You can find us on Twitter at TFRadio and on Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio. We're also on Instagram at TF Podcast. Like I said earlier in the show, if you aren't subscribing to us on YouTube, you can watch the live stream each week at youtube.com/C/Radio Free Cybertron or something like that. And if you're on YouTube, you know how to do it. And you can watch live. You'll get a notification that we're going live. We do it each week around 8 o'clock on Wednesdays. And it's a lot of fun. We chat with our friends at Discord at tfradio.net/Discord. And you can go sign up and join us like anytime. I was in there a lot up until the last couple of weeks. I've had some challenges at home with things, and I haven't been able to do as much social media stuff or as much Discord stuff, but hopefully things will slow down and I'll be able to get back into the swing of things. But Chris is there most of the time. Constantly people chatting. It's one of the busiest Discord channels that I'm on. So
how many Discord channels are you on?
Like 5.
Okay. I mean, yeah, there's a sense of scale there that's probably important. But we're fairly active. We've got a good crowd of people, good regulars. It's definitely worth coming and hanging out. Just yesterday, I added 2 custom emotes to our server of Predaking from Transformers Zone. One pre-slice and one post-slice.
That's cool. I don't know what that means, but that's awesome.
Well, Predaking in Transformers Zone.
I mean, I know what Predaking from Zone is, where you get sliced in half and you can see his brain.
Yeah.
I just don't know what that has to do with Discord.
We have emotes now that reflect that.
Oh, that's an emoji.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a grandpa. It's like, oh, that's one of them emojis.
Yeah, Brian, if you look right now at the Discord, Inferno65 has actually used both of them in the last few minutes.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. One of our Discord members, Ed, provided at least one of the source images for the use of that, and I doctored it up a little bit and added them as custom emotes.
Yeah. Let's see here. Rob Springer not here. He's at RoboRob Springer on Twitter. I think we had an episode of Transform Squadron a week or two back. But that's up there at tfradio.net. And also John DeLuna not here. He is at that John D everywhere. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2. And you can follow me on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast. And had some work challenges, so I haven't done any videos. I know I said I would going into the new year. Need about another 2 weeks, and then I should probably be able to start doing some videos again.
Cool. Let's see here. Don.
I'm reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.
Chris.
Just come find me in the Discord. That's like the best way to get in touch with me.
It really is.
Yeah.
And Rob.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Rob Flails. That's for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. Gundam Battle Operation 2 is still the focus. ARM is getting better. I just finished physical therapy last week, so
yay!
I may be able to get back to some other games in due time, just as time permits. Time's not been very permissive at the moment, so that's
it's been very the fire in which you burn.
Yeah. It's been very burnish. But GBO2 still happens daily. The weekly update still happens every Thursday morning. Last week was the Rizel Commander type with Type B Defensor, which I got in the game. I also ordered the model kit, which will be here Friday. The model kit was cheaper. And it's fun to use, though. So, and new mobile suit every Thursday, as there has every Thursday morning, as there's been for the last 4 years. So, check that out. Game will hopefully be on Steam later this year as well. Patreon.com/flailthroughs if you want to request things from the game and throw money at me, or if you just would rather just throw like heavy objects. There's some good books on the tfradio.net/playlist. Like I'm sure that Usagi Yojimbo box set would probably weigh a ton if so.
Don has tfradio.net/Don list. That's the URL for Don's wish list too.
And Chris's is tfradio.net/Chris list.
Diecast list, tfradio.net/diecast list. Cool. Okay. Anything else?
Don't think so.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully. See ya.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
Okay, so I will need your file, Chris.
Okay.
Hopefully next week. There's quite a few people messed up a little bit, but I think that was on my end. Next week, I should.
I did see just for a minute there my connection set unstable. So
okay,
it's doing it again now.
Yeah, it's doing it again right now. Yeah, but I should be hardwired again next week. I just need to figure out what's going on. And I just used your emoji, the pre-slice emoji.
Do you need my files?
No.
Okay.
You've fluttered once, but it's not worth sending it over.
Okay. Just I'm just at this point just doing it for emergency backup purposes.
I appreciate
as much
it.
as anything.
I appreciate it. Hey, people watching live, I'm going to end the stream. I need to chat with the guys real quick, and I need to test out actually seeing how this new stuff works, like the YouTube stuff. So I am going to. Can we have the YouTube chat back next week? By the way, no. No. I'm not going back to the old way of doing it. So if there's no chat now, it's not coming back. If there's
Too
a
many
chat
things
now,
to watch.
yeah. If there's a chat now, yes. But if the way that I'm streaming to YouTube is going to be the way that I'm streaming to YouTube going forward, I'm not going back. That's something I can't do. I just don't have time to set it all up. And if I have an emergency, I'm not going to go back and try to delete it. That was a huge headache for me a couple weeks ago. So, no YouTube chat. If it's gone, but if it's there right now, great.
TFradio.net/Discord.
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. If the YouTube chat went away, that's probably win.
Yeah, there should only be one chat anyway. It dilutes everything.
Yeah, I don't like having multiple chats. I didn't like it. Yeah.
Discord is the official chat of Radio Free Cybertron.
Yes. Cool. Okay, but that answered a question for me I was curious about. Okay, we'll see you next week. So, goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye. Okay, it's locked up. Well, let's see how long it takes to unlock.
Unlike previous times, it's locked up. It didn't take your webcam with it this time.
Yeah.
You can still see you moving.
Okay. Goodbye, Twitch. And goodbye.